If your parent is over 65 and owns their home, they're getting letters, handwritten letters, yellow notebook paper, blue ink, maybe even a little coffee stain for authenticity. It says, "Dear homeowner, I'm a local buyer interested in purchasing your home." I know exactly what those letters say because I used to send them, thousands of them. And I'm going to walk you through exactly how this playbook works, what those letters are designed to do, and how to protect your parent from falling for it. First, let's kill the illusion. That letter wasn't handwritten by some nice local buyer who drove by your parents' house and fell in love with it. It was produced by a machine. Here's how it works. Investors and wholesalers buy mailing lists. These lists are filtered by age, property, ownership, equity level, and sometimes distress signals like pre-foreclosure, probate, or code violations. Your parent is on a list because they're over 65 and own a house with equity. That's it. The letters are printed by companies that specialize in making direct mail look handwritten. They use real pens loaded into robotic arms. Some use fonts designed to mimic human handwriting. The yellow paper, the blue ink, the casual tone, all of it is engineered to bypass the "this is junk mail" filter in your parent's brain. A typical investor sends 1,000 to 5,000 of these per month. Response rates run 1 to 3%. That means for every 1,000 letters, 10 to 30 people call back. And those 10 to 30 people are overwhelmingly seniors who are isolated, overwhelmed, or don't have someone looking out for them. Let me read you the template, because there is a template. I've used versions of it. Everybody in the investor space has. Hi, first name. My name is Ryan, and I'm a local home buyer in Greensboro area. I noticed your property address at 123 Main Street, and I'd love to chat about purchasing it if you're ever thinking about selling. No pressure, no obligation. I can close quickly and pay cash. No repairs needed, no commissions, no hassle. Just give me a call when you have a moment. Thanks, Ryan. Sounds friendly, right? Casual, like a neighbor. That's the point. Here's what it's designed to do. Every line has a purpose. Local home buyer builds trust through proximity. No pressure, lowers the guard. Close quickly, pay cash. Targets people in a rush. No repairs needed. Appeals to someone who knows the house needs work but can't afford to manage it. No commissions positions the investor as the cheaper option versus a realtor. And the most important part, there's no mention of price, because the price conversation happens on the phone after your parent has already mentally committed to the idea of selling. When your parent calls that number, here's what happens. The investor, or their acquisition manager, or their cold caller, or their virtual assistant, answers and sounds warm and interested. They ask questions. How long have you lived there? Are you thinking about downsizing? Is there anything going on that's making you consider selling? Those questions aren't small talk. They're qualifying questions. The investor is determining how motivated this person is. More motivated equals lower offer. How much do they know about their home's value? Less knowledge equals lower offer. Is there a time pressure? Health issue, death in the family, financial stress equals lower offer. Is there a family member involved? If yes, the deal gets harder for the investor. That last one is key. If your parent mentions, "Let me talk to my kids first," many investors know the deal is probably dead, because an informed adult child is going to run the comps, talk to a realtor, and realize the offer is 60 to 70 cents on the dollar. This is exactly why these letters target seniors who live alone. The person most likely to call back is the person least likely to have someone checking the numbers. After that phone call, the investor is going to make an offer, and it's going to sound reasonable to your parent because your parent hasn't looked at home values in 20 years. On a home worth $250,000 on the open market, the offer will typically be $150,000 to $175,000. The investor will frame it as, "You don't have to fix anything, you don't have to pay a realtor 6%, you don't have to wait 3 months, I can close in 2 weeks." What they don't say, with a $3,000 deep clean and fresh paint, not a $30,000 remodel, that house could sell for $240,000 to $250,000 on the market in 30 to 45 days. After realtor commissions and closing costs, your parent walks away with $220,000 plus. The difference between the cash offer and the market sale, $45,000 to $70,000 gone in one transaction. And your parent will thank the investor for making it so easy. I've been on both sides of this deal. I know the math because I used to run it. Here's what to do. Talk to your parent now, before the letters come. Tell them, if you get a letter or a phone call about selling the house, don't respond. Call me first. That one sentence can save tens of thousands of dollars. If your parent already got an offer, don't panic. Nothing is binding until a contract is signed and the due diligence period is over. Get a copy of whatever they signed. Read it. Look for the assignment clause. That's the clause that lets the buyer sell the contract to someone else. If it's in there, your parent isn't dealing with the actual buyer. They're dealing with a wholesaler. Get a real appraisal, not a Zillow estimate. A licensed appraiser. $300 to $500. That's the best money you'll spend because now you have a real number to compare against the offer. And know the alternatives. There are 5 legitimate ways to sell a senior's home. Cash offer is only one of them. Owner financing, lease options, subject to, as is market listing. Most realtors only know 1 or 2 of these. I cover all 5 in the blueprint. I switched sides because I saw what these deals do to families, not the investors, the families. The daughter who finds out 3 months later that mom sold the house for $70,000 less than it was worth. The son who can't undo a deal that already closed. That's why I do this. The family is the customer, not the product. The free starter guide is in the description. Share this with anyone whose parents own their home. That letter is coming. It might already be in the mailbox.